With the recent Sun and Moon information confirming that we will be able to ride, surf, and fly on certain Pokemon in Sun and Moon, we can definitely say navigating through the region would make the games a lot more fun for Pokemon fans everywhere, especially since Sun and Moon mainly consists of water. Being able to see the actual Pokemon you're surfing on would definitely make those long water routes a lot more appealing. After seeing some of the surfable Pokemon in the trailers, it hyped me up to make my top 5 most wanted Pokemon to surf on in Sun and Moon. Remember that this list is 100% my opinion, and if you guys disagree, you can put your most wanted Pokemon to surf on in the comment section below. With all that being said though, let's ride some waves. So with Generation 1 being at its 20th anniversary, there are some awesome water Pokemon I would love to surf on. Gyarados is definitely one of them. Gyarados is probably one of the most ferocious Pokemon I have ever seen, especially being over 21 feet tall, 518 pounds, and having the power to destroy cities. Being able to surf on this giant sea monster would make those annoying swimmers think twice before challenging you. With all of the different obstacle courses they implemented in the Sun and Moon as well, Gyarados could break down huge pieces of rock that get in the way, definitely way more than Sharpedo could. Not to mention all the respect you would get as a trainer, being able to have one on your team, and being able to surf on it, you would definitely be one of the most respected and deadliest trainers in the Alola region. Now we go from ferocious to utterly beautiful. Surfing on Milotic would make you one of the classiest trainers around. This Pokemon is the definition of beautiful. I can't even explain it. In a few of its Pokedex entries, you can definitely see why this Pokemon would be amazing to surf on. For example, from its Pokemon Platinum and Ruby entry, you could be riding on Milotic and just be at ease with everything. The ride on the surfing routes would just be way too relaxing. With its Platinum entry in mind as well, surfing on Milotic through Alola's sunlight and crystal water could really bring out the true beauty of its rainbow scales. Imagine surfing on Milotic and seeing the sun reflect off of those beautiful scales. I would definitely love to see Game Freak implement Milotic's rainbow scales through surfing. I think it would be one of the most breathtaking moments I would ever see throughout my Pokemon journey. Now, I know it may not be Infernape, but I gotta give the number 3 spot to Empoleon. Now some people may be wondering, why do I have Empoleon on this list? Honestly, I couldn't think of any good reasons for this until my friend Tony brought up the cool idea that it may be used to break away a path on frozen lakes, like how they introduced it in the Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia game for Nintendo DS. I honestly remember how much fun I had playing that game, and how you had to capture Pokemon to help you out with field moves such as that one. I personally believe that there may be some frozen lakes or ponds on top of the one island on the bottom right corner of the Alolan map. The way that you could do this is that you would simply borrow an Empoleon from a trainer, like how you would borrow Mamoswine to go through Mamoswine Road in Pokemon X and Y. Although it may not seem likely, it would be a cool feature that could be reintroduced to the games from a side game series. Like earlier with my mention of Generation 1 and surfing on Gyarados, what kind of 20th anniversary would this be if I didn't include the original Generation 1 starter, Blastoise? Blastoise may not be my favorite starter from Generation 1, but I definitely have to say, surfing on this awesome war turtle would be amazing. This would literally be the ultimate tribute to the 20th anniversary, as Charizard can already be flown on. Just imagine surfing through the Alolan Islands using Blastoise rocket cannons, destroying all kinds of obstacles. Blastoise's rocket cannons can punch through heavy steel, so these extremely powerful obstacles don't stand a chance. To make the surfing experience more interesting though, what if we could Mega Evolve while surfing? The player could do high-speed surfing while using Skull Bash as one of its features, being able to bust into water caverns and possibly finding exclusive items only accessible with Mega Blastoise as a tribute to the 20th anniversary. There are so many features Game Freak could do with Blastoise, and I think this can definitely put it up there with Charizard to show off the original starters. Okay, so for this number 1 Pokemon, it is not quite confirmed yet, but with the series of Chinese leaks and their predictions nearly being spot on each time, it may not be confirmed yet, but you guys can't tell me you wouldn't want to surf on it. Actually, rather than calling it surfing, let's just call it riding on water. In quite a few of Arcanine's Pokedex entries, it describes its speed of being able to run 6,200 miles in one day. That is ridiculously fast. Imagine being able to go that fast on water. Although it will probably not be that speed, Imagine going from island to island on Alolan Arcanine. Why use a boat when you could ride this? You would literally be there within seconds. I know that if I were to get an Alolan Arcanine, I would probably use it a lot to navigate through the islands. Just my blue blur and me. Let's make Alolan Arcanine happen, Game Freak. Well, that pretty much wraps up my top 5 most wanted Pokemon to surf on in Sun and Moon. With surfing on our favorite Pokemon being added, we can definitely say that navigating the surfing routes will be a lot more fun, especially when you are able to see the awesome Pokemon you love the most. Whether it be a blue blur or showing off beautiful skills, I think we can definitely say we are in for some amazing surfing features with Sun and Moon. What kinds of Pokemon would you love to surf on though? Share them with me in the comment section below. I would love to hear some of the awesome Pokemon you guys would love to use. Remember that if you enjoyed this video, to be sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend. With all that being said though, I've been Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for more Pokemon content.